Hi, how you doing? Today we're going to take a look at the garden. I'm going to show you all the garden section that we have. We're growing some mint here, all different kinds of mint. If we look down this row, got all different kinds of mint. Right here we have some milkweed growing, and we have that throughout the garden. That's for the butterflies to eat up, and they look kind of neat. I mean, it looks kind of tropical. Over here we have some mint and strawberries mixed. This is just a little mix box. We have one of our pepper plants here already producing peppers. Isn't that wonderful? And then in the back there's a house plant that we were keeping inside. Wasn't doing too well, brought it outside, and it's doing well this year out here. This is a mixed raised bed that we have. We have some cucumbers in here, tomatoes, sunflowers, and some wildflowers along the edge. We'll see them coming up. Here's some more milkweed here. Doing very good. Very happy about that. And we're coming up to our buckets. All of the plants that you see right here, the pepper and the tomatoes, the pepper and cucumbers, these were all grown from the little bitty cubes that you get from the nursery. This is a safflower, and we have lots of nice safflowers growing in the raised bed behind us. So we're going to see what they look like when they come up. And here here's a fairy garden. Let's get a shot of that fairy garden. All right, this is coming along. Got some interesting plants in here. We're still straightening up, but here's one of the work tables that we have. On this side, we have some more potted plants. We split up one of the mints the other day, so from out of one mint plant, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they taste awful good. Awful good. Cucumbers. We got some radishes coming up here. I think these are cucumbers. We're going to find out about that shortly. And here we have some hemp growing. I'm going to see about growing the hemp plants to look at them and see what they look like. They get so big. I enjoy big plants. We grew some chia last year. You know the chia pets? And those things grew over 7 feet tall. So here we have a cucumber field. We didn't mound anything this year, but we're going to do that next year. And we're going to work to build trellises so they're kept separate, because as you can see here, they're planted kind of close together and they're doing very well. And behind us, we have some of our tomato plants that is going to need to be staked soon, because they're getting very, very tall. Here is one that was already staked. This was brought out of a tub the other day. It started out as this big, and it's now almost a foot tall. There's actually 2 of them there, so we're going to see some interesting stuff come out of that. This is our wild area. And we see a lot of milkweed here, and some Rosa Sharon, and other things which might be called weeds, but there's native grasses, and there's wildflowers coming up. We're going to see a bunch of different ones all through the year. Here is our blackberry bush. Now this blackberry bush was split off another blackberry bush. And last year we had very few things on it, but look at what's happening now. Now we're starting to see the blackberries and their production that I expected here in Michigan. Here come our tomato plants. These are definitely getting staked within the next few days so they don't start falling over. Very proud, very large. And let's take a look at some flowers here, some bulbs here that we grew. And I think they're lilies, but I'm not quite sure. We're going to find out. These were not growing somewhere else, and I took them and threw them out, and they rooted themselves after I had raked them over. And it took 2 years, but now it looks like we're going to have some flowers, and I can remember and see, we can remember and see what flowers are there. And here's the rest of the garden. You've seen this already, but let's take a look at it. Go ahead. We're seeing a lot of squash plants here. Seeing a lot of squash plants here. Some cucumbers, some peppers, and just a few tomatoes. The tomatoes are mostly behind us. And here we have a small raised bed with tomatoes. This is mixed tomatoes, peppers, and a couple of cucumbers. I'm going to see how we can run them around. And here is the hosta area, which I'm going to be cleaning up today. And we like to come out here and sit and take a look at it. Well, that's what we have for you today. Thanks for walking through our garden with us, and I'll talk to you again soon.